I'm Hakeem Jeffries, all the way from Brooklyn by way of Washington, D.C., proud to serve as House Democratic leader and proud to loudly and strongly endorse Sheila Jackson Lee to be the next mayor of the great city of Houston. I know Sheila is going to pour her heart, her soul, her intellect, her spirit, everything she has into improving the lives of the people that she will represent in a position of mayor here in the city of Houston. She is a phenomenal public servant.
Meanwhile,
that woman regarding something that was over at Duncan Tail. Where is it? What date was it?
Oh, from yesterday. Jerome took it upstairs. I'd have to call him. He took it up when I switched out the pictures. I'll call him as soon as he gets here.
I don't want you to do a goddamn thing. I want you to have a brain. I want you to have read it. I want you to say, Congresswoman, it was such and such date. That's what I want. That's the kind of staff that I want to have. So some stupid other mother did it, and I don't have the information. Nobody sent me the information. I need to ensure my schedule. And if boo-boo did it, shit-ass did it, face did it.
All right, guys. Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. And that problem is Miss Sheila Jackson Lee, the self-admitted affirmative action Democrat representative from Texas, who is running for mayor of Houston. And, when it comes to running for these political races, things get dirty. People get exposed. And Sheila Jackson Lee is getting exposed because there's an audio clip that is leaked to the internet of her going on an unhinged tirade, cursing out one of her staffers. Now, why is this a big deal, in my opinion? It's because, once again, it exposes the hypocrisy of the left. More specifically, when it comes to when they talk about Trump and Trump's demeanor and the language that Trump uses. However, again, behind closed doors, these people are potty mouths. These people are unhinged. They berate their staffers. They abuse their staffers. These are just simply not good people behind closed doors. And I want to play this audio clip because, again, it does expose you guys just who these Democrats are and how they treat people when the cameras are not rolling, except this time the audio recorder was rolling. And once again, Sheila Jackson Lee, she's going to get exposed as a huge hypocrite, and I'm going to show you guys why.
You took a piece of paper from that woman regarding something that was over at Duncan Tail. Where is it? What date was it?
Oh, from yesterday. Jerome took it upstairs. I'd have to call him. He took it up when I switched out the pictures. I'll call him as soon as he gets here.
I don't want you to do a goddamn thing. I want you to have a brain. I want you to have read it. I want you to say, Congresswoman, it was such and such date. That's what I want. That's the kind of staff that I want to have. So some stupid other mother did it, and I don't have the information. Nobody sent me the information. I need to ensure my schedule. And if boo-boo did it, shit-ass did it, face did it, and nobody knows a goddamn thing in my office. Okay, nothing. I gave it to you. Your job was to get it on the calendar, imprint it in your brain, or send me the information back saying, Congresswoman, I made sure that the Ovi Duncan Tail event that you gave me for so-and-so date at 7 is on the calendar, not to, Jerome has it. Okay? So when I called Jerome, he don't be sitting up there like a fat-ass, stupid idiot talking about what he doesn't know. Okay? Both of y'all are up a F. It's the worst shit that I could have ever had put together. Two goddamn big-ass children. Idiots. Serve no goddamn purpose. Ain't managing nobody. Nobody's respecting them. Nobody gives a shit about what you're doing. And you ain't doing shit. And this is an example of it. I gave it to Jerome. This is not child's work. Okay?
Yeah, so you guys heard that. Okay, you heard that. Okay, Sheila Jackson Lee essentially going off on her staffers, calling them dumb MFers. Okay, this is an admitted affirmative action representative calling her staffers dumb MFers. Well, I mean, if they're effing idiots and they're stupid, maybe it's because a stupid person, right? Maybe a dumb MFer hired them. That's why they're dumb. Okay, I'm just saying, okay? But again, the reason why this is really funny to me is because Democrats act like they're above this, right? When they come out here and they talk about Trump's demeanor, okay, and the things that Trump says, right? When they boohoo, whine and cry, melt down over Trump's tweets, behind closed doors, this is how they're talking. And in particular, Sheila Jackson Lee, back in 2017, called for Trump to resign because of mean tweets. Take a look.
Texas Democratic Congresswoman Representative Sheila Jackson Lee with us right now. You are calling, Congresswoman, and very good to have you, but you are calling for something called the 25th Amendment, more to the point, right? Could you explain that?
Well, not exactly, but for the American people, first of all, Neil, happy 4th of July. What a wonderful celebration for the American people, which is the birth of our freedom and the emphasis on our democracy and our ideals. I am recognizing, or have recognized, that a series of incidences have really created an non-sustainable atmosphere here in Washington and in America to get the job done for the American people, to pass health care, to deal with issues of war and peace.
But are you basing that on a series of tweets, Congresswoman?
I'm basing that on a series of actions. So let me just explain. The 25th Amendment is utilized when a president is perceived to be incompetent or unable to do his or her job. We were discussing that yesterday in a constitutional hearing, and the statute requires or has a body to be created, which has not been created yet. But let me just say, as I was walking here to speak to you in Statutory Hall, I looked at some of the words on the walls. Samuel Adams said, "Freedom of thought makes a happy country." Franklin Delano Roosevelt said that hatred and oppression and injustice is an attack on our civilization. Our president has refused to acknowledge the interference of Russia in our election. We had, as an NSA director, someone who had been advised, or who had been someone who had tried to diminish the sanctions that were rendered against Russia because of the Russian election intrusion, and the acting Deputy Attorney General told the White House, and that individual was not fired for a period of time.
Well, they're still investigating all of that. It seems like you've come to the conclusion that he's guilty as sin and should go. But the 25th Amendment, I just want to be clear, is targeted on if the chief executive is deemed to be incapacitated or mentally or physically challenged to the point he can't do the job.
I did not offer to use that. I think that will be the question of the American people and members of Congress, because it is either the Vice President or members of Congress that will raise that issue.
But the tweet is what got you going on it, right? I mean, and the reason I mention it, Congresswoman, is that LBJ was pretty coarse in his language and his approach to those who didn't agree with him. And you can just imagine what that would have been like if he had Twitter. So I'm wondering where you pick and choose your presidents.
No, Neil, completely apples and oranges.
How is it?
Completely apples and oranges. This president, as I said, has refused to acknowledge the Russian collusion and the idea of the Russian involvement of the election. Yes, this is being investigated. This individual has fired the director of the FBI and indicated that he did so.
But you were talking about the tweets first,
indicated
right? The tweets are where got your goat
and indicated that he did so because he wanted to stop the Russian investigation. Over the series of his career here as president, his tenure, he has done a number of things.
All right, so we don't have a lot of time, but I just want to be clear. It's not based on just one thing, but a pylon of these things. The tweets yesterday just sort of iced it for you.
He is incompatible with the office and the leadership of this country. And yes, the idea that his continuous assault on women only compounds the fact that I would ask him, it's a job that he does not seemingly like, he needs to resign.
Yeah, so I want you guys to understand the stupidity of this woman, okay? She, along with other Democrats, boohoo, whined, and cried about Trump's tweets in 2017 towards Mika Brzezinski and other women that they didn't like, okay? And they said that, well, he needs to step down, right? In fact, she basically tried to invoke the 25th Amendment to say this is proof that he's not fit to serve office, right? And again, they wanted him to step down because his language was unacceptable, right? Because of mean tweets. However, again, behind closed doors, this woman is going on a profanity-laced tirade, berating staffers, calling them effing idiots, dumb F faces, you know, all types of crazy stuff, right, to her staffers. Also behind closed doors, Biden apparently does the same thing too, right? Where he curses out his staff in private. Again, they're scared of Uncle Joe, right? And the things that Jim Crow Joe likes to say, okay? Because apparently he has a potty mouth. So again, based off the Democrats and their own standards, Joe Biden should step down and resign, right? He should probably be removed from office anyways because he's clearly mentally incapacitated. He can't serve, right? He's just not capable, okay? And Sheila Jackson Lee should not only give up her position as a representative, but she should drop out of the mayor's race in Houston, right? She should not be allowed to run because according to her, okay, in her arguments against Trump, the mean things that Trump says is grounds for him not to be fit to serve. So I don't understand how she's fit to serve when behind closed doors, she's saying worse things that I've ever heard Trump say, right? I've never heard Trump have a profanity-laced rant like that, especially against people that own his own staff. Now, I'm not saying that he hasn't done that before. I'm pretty sure this is something that happens all the time behind closed doors when it comes to these politicians. I'm not surprised. But I'm just saying, if you are in the corporate workplace and your boss happened to curse you out and go on a rant like that towards you, you may have grounds to sue, right? You may have some type of workplace harassment lawsuit, case against your boss for talking to you like that. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying the hypocrisy here is amazing. Again, they try to act like they're above all this, right? That, they don't do this and, yada, yada, yada. When the reality is that Democrats, especially behind closed doors, are worse than you can imagine, right? They're hateful, okay? They're profane, okay? They're unhinged. This is exactly who they are behind closed doors, right? That's exactly who they are. So, hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.